get into the James Rodriguez situation. We'll sort of cut it up. We'll stop talking about games right now. We'll talk about James Rodriguez. Obviously, apparently he's close to signing with Qatari club Al Rayyan or something like that. And yeah, I want to sort of discuss the two sides of the coin, right? Obviously, Everton Twitter going crazy because they want to see James Rodriguez play live, and that's fair enough. If a player say for example, if I was living in Liverpool and I could go to the games, I'd want to see James Rodriguez too. A world class footballer, ability wise, I just think I don't know what it is, right? What is it that's not working here? Obviously, Benitez had him at Real Madrid, and he didn't like him there for whatever reason. So James Rodriguez leaves, and I think he goes to Bayern Munich during that time. And then, obviously, Rafa Benitez comes here to Everton. Rodriguez is there. James only came for Carlo, and we know he only came here for Carlo. Carlo leaves, and then James doesn't leave during the normal window, and it's sort of like, okay, if he's going to be here, he's going to be here. The manager's saying he's injured or he has an injury and he doesn't want to risk it and all this sort of stuff. Whether it be down to him not being fit and that's why he's not playing, or whether that just be down to him not wanting to play for Everton, which is why he's not playing. I don't know. He's training with the squad. We know he's training with the squad. And it's tough to see what it is, because you want a footballer like that at Everton, especially with the commercial pool that he has and with the ability that he has. I still think he can do a job here at the squad. And I think that especially with how bare bones it is, I think we need a bit of James Rodriguez to be in the squad and bring that attacking outlet. But if he doesn't want to play for us, then he doesn't want to play for us. You can't. I mean, he's contracted to Everton, right? So obviously he has to do something. He has to turn up to training at the bare minimum. But if it's a mix of the manager doesn't want him and he doesn't want to be here because Carlo left or whatever, then what do? You can't cry ass to say, Rafa, why did you alienate this player? Because if he doesn't want to be here in the first place, what is Rafa going to do? And then you can't cry ass to James, because if James feels like he isn't wanted in the squad in the first place, then you can't blame him for wanting to leave. But I think this situation here is both parties, Rafa and James, just not agreeing with each other. And that's led to one thing or the other, and that being that James is probably going to leave the football club to Qatar. And I think that it's annoying, right? Because you look at deadline day and the Porto deal with Luis Diaz. If James just accepts that, he's in Portugal right now playing for Porto, and we have Luis Diaz, but he didn't for whatever reason, whether that be money. And I think that if he's going to Qatar, obviously he's going to be paid very well. I don't know, man. It's annoying because it's like you're going to Qatar, you're 30 years old, you're at the peak of your powers right now. You still have a lot of years left in you. Maybe if you were 33, 34, and then you go to Qatar, fair enough. But it's annoying, right? Because James could have really done something here this season. He could be doing something right now for the team, right? And the fact that he's on a plane to Qatar while we're going to play QPR in the Cup is just annoying, especially last season, right? You remember that Man City game? He was on a plane to Colombia while we were playing Man City. Like, why? Was that allowed? I just don't get it. I don't know. I feel like it's part down to Rafa not wanting him, and then his attitude as well, whether that be his attitude to run, whether that be his attitude to commit to trainings and all that sort of stuff, whether that him being a little bit of a diva. But that's what you get with these high profile players. They're a little bit of a diva, and you just got to manage that. And it's really disappointing the fact that he's not going to play for us this season, you know? And I think a report came out saying that the deal has been negotiated with Al Rayyan, and it's just up to James to accept that deal, or whether or not he'll just stay at Everton. If he does end up staying at Everton, I hope that he plays, and I hope that he puts his head down and he goes to work. He needs to find his place in this team right now. He needs to fight for his place. He can't just expect to have another Carlo Ancelotti where he'll just say yes to anything that he wants because he's James Rodriguez, right? That's not what Rafa's all about. He needs to fight for his place in the team if he does stay. And if he does leave to Al Rayyan, then it'll be disappointing because this squad is already thin and it's going to be even more thin once James Rodriguez goes. Because that quality, that attacking prowess that he has will leave the club. I'll never forget that assist to Richarlison for the Merseyside derby. Never forget that. And I think that it really dawned on me that James Rodriguez was at the club when he scored those 2 goals against Brighton. And I was like, damn, we have James Rodriguez. This is going to be awesome. And it was awesome for the time he was fit. And now it's sort of just leaving a sore taste in my mouth. Much like Samuel Eto'o, where he was here for 6 months and he left. Because he found out that Roberto Martinez was a tosspot. Still is a tosspot. But apparently being linked to the Barcelona job, which is absolutely crazy. He falls under one of those, right? World-class player comes to Everton, doesn't put the work in, or he's a bit of a diva so that the manager doesn't want to play him, and then they leave the club without really doing anything. I would argue James Rodriguez did more for Everton than Samuel Eto'o did, but again, just unfortunate. Just unfortunate the situation that it is, the situation how it unfolded. I guess it's just one of those situations that will go down in Everton history as what could have been. It's unfortunate that the Goodison crowd never got to experience him, or that he never got to experience the Goodison crowd, because I think that could have swayed his opinion, right? That could have been one of those things. It's like, wow, these guys really love me. I'll stay here. I'll fight for my place. I'll do this. But it never happened. And he's probably gone, if I'm honest. He's probably gone. He'll get paid a lot of money in Qatar. He'll play whatever he wants to play. He'll do whatever he wants to do. And that'll be it. So, yeah. James probably gone, which is unfortunate.
We hitting the fade. Pull up in a whip with 21 babes. Here come the bastards. 21